Ambuja Cement's numbers also came in on your flashes about some amount of pressure seen on the margins, but overall number is on the higher side, absolute number as well as the absolute EBITDA, and that's why the stock is actually holding up. But we'll take the discussion forward to the company which has come out with a very strong set of numbers this time. We're talking about Waaree Renewable. That is the company in focus. Dilip Panjwani, CFO of Waaree Renewable Technologies, is now joining us. Dilip, afternoon. Thank you so much for your time. It appears to be a very strong quarter for you. Your EBITDA has gone up. PAT has posted very strong growth. Is unusually high, or you think this strong momentum on numbers will continue?
If you look at the sector that we have been speaking in all our interactions with our stakeholders, the sector itself is so promising that this numbers reflect what the policy is offering us right now. We are at a very inflection growth point, and we have been showing these numbers since last 3 years.
Right.
Right. Obviously, you've spoken about the numbers coming in there as well. Could you just talk a bit more in terms of anything that you're seeing in terms of overall your margins? What is the specific outlook that you could give us in terms of sharing the number? Currently, 17% margins is what you're at. Do you expect this to improve further in terms of margins, or this is the level now that you will be sustaining going forward?
Let's take it in two parts. Look at the release that we are given. Our order book stands at 2.1 gigawatt, which is itself is more than double than what we were at the last year. So we need to complete this business in 9 to 12 months. Next 9 months, if you take trajectory, which is the leftover amount of time in this year, the 75% of this is almost like underwritten and given for the company to perform. Then you look at our bidding pipeline. Bidding pipeline itself is at 15.5 gigawatt now, 15.5 gigawatt. So even that trajectory is moving in north direction. So directionally, the growth is very significant in the sector. As far as margins is concerned, we have always spoken of margins to be, sustainable margins to be between 13 to 15%. But still, we have performed ahead of our own expectations. We continue to remain optimistic between 13 to 15% margin level going forward.
Dilip, tell us what kind of capacity utilizations are you at right now? Do you have headroom on the higher side if this high growth continues, or you're also simultaneously adding a lot of capacity? Then tell us more about that. How much can that additional capacity has the potential to give you revenues of?
Look at our employee base expense, which has gone up even compared to the previous quarter itself. So we have already added capacity, and we have very significant room for further growth in our own business. That's why our pipeline is also increasing as we go forward.
Okay. Yes, indeed, that's an important point. So next 2 to 3 year picture, what kind of expansion are we talking about in the O&M side? Also, green hydrogen project, what's the progress there?
See, O&M definitely, it's a very promising business for us. Today, we are sitting on half gigawatt. My, underwritten pipeline, when I complete my existing project itself, will take me to 2 gigawatt kind of an O&M business that we are talking. So it's a significant tail that Waaree is looking forward to grow the business with. As far as green hydrogen project is concerned, it's a small pilot that we had done, but the sector of green hydrogen itself is significantly promising. A lot of companies are coming up with their own electrolyzer plants and setting up green hydrogen. To set up green hydrogen, again, you need solar plants and electrolyzer plants, which Waaree definitely intends to be in.
Sure.
But besides that, what the company would want to talk is that look at the policy direction. There's a BESS that's coming up, battery energy storage systems. There's a pump storage systems that's coming up. RTC projects are coming up. There's a significant growth opportunity that is coming up in this sector as of now.
Know a little more about the pump storage part. Almost every large, utility company we speak to, power utility, is saying that pump storage is something we are looking at, and right now very few companies actually provide their solutions. What kind of opportunities does it make for companies such as you?
So if you look at the policy paper that last year the government has floated, 19 gigawatt they are talking of pump storage business that should come up. For 19 gigawatt you again will need solar plants to be set up and storage capacities to be set up. Besides this 42 gigawatt, 14 lakh crore worth of investments people are talking in battery energy storage systems. So this all we are talking by 2030, which is just 5.5 years from now.
So how much will it actually could potentially give you revenue visibility if you work on that path for the next 5 years? For 2030, what kind of numbers ballpark are we talking about?
So, overall, from a company specific, it will be difficult to determine because it depends on how much we chase the business, how much capacity we going forward to add. But the current set of growth must continue,
All right, Dilip, we'll
for the
let you go on
sector.
that one.
Yeah.
Sure. We will be tracking that story here very closely. Thanks very much for your time, Dilip, and good luck on the road
Thank
ahead.
you. Thank you so much.